Oh my God, no. Oh Jesus. I I I I forgot I was on photo instead of video. I've been longing for like I don't know, like 8 minutes, man. God. No. Okay. Um okay. But I'm back. I know I haven't posted a video in like a week. But I've been feeling a little down in the dumps lately. And today hasn't been too great either. You know, I remember the first thing I woke up to was my brother with a bag of like dirty clothes, just like in some bag. It wasn't even mine or his. It was my other brother's. He like it has it over his shoulder, walks up to me, and then just slams it on my face, which did hurt. It hurt a good bit. I don't think it broke my nose or anything, but it still kind of sucked, you know. Then when I was eating breakfast, one of my other brothers, I have 4 brothers. I'm trying not to say their names because I don't want to like name drop them. But like, you know, he's really young. He's 4. He wanted me to get on this trampoline. All right, there was a car coming by. You know, but like, you know. What was I thinking? Yeah, he wanted me to get on this little trampoline. It's like a tiny trampoline. Like with something like my size, you could at best fit onto it or it'd be really cramped. I guess a tiny trampoline. He wanted me to get on it, but I was eating breakfast. Like I had just started like eating my sandwich. I was like, no, I can't. I'm eating breakfast. And then he just bit me on my arm. It's not that bad of a bite. Like if you looked at it now, you could barely even tell. But it still sucked. It still hurts a bit. But like, then school is coming back too. I don't hate school, I don't think I ever have. I mean, maybe during like 5th, 6th grade, I was kind of a bum back then. I'm being completely real. I was like as antisocial as it gets, man. But like, I never hated school. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right, bye, man. Bye. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. This isn't too hot outside. What do you want now? All right, sorry about that. Sorry for the some guy was walking by me. I didn't want to weird him out. But what was I saying? But yeah, I never hated school. School was never anything I loathed to go to, even back during like 6th grade when I was a loser. And I'm sure looking back on this, I'm probably gonna consider myself a loser too. But like, I just don't enjoy it nearly as much anymore. Which I know is, I know, man, such a hot take of mine, man. Like, that's just so controversial. I think everybody is willing to admit school isn't as fun as it used to be. Like, back during, like, 4th grade. I said I hated school during 5th and 6th grade. That was not even the school's fault. I had, like, one bad teacher for both those years. Not 2, 1 for each. But even then, besides that, the school wasn't that bad. It was mainly me just being a loser. But, like, even now, I don't hate school. I still can get, like, enjoyment out of it, and there's still, like, cool teachers, cool stuff we do. Friends, But, like, school itself, man. Like math, I just don't find it enjoyable anymore, man. Like, all we do now is like stuff the teachers themselves admitted that they know we're more than likely never gonna use it in our life. Like factoring. Like, what's factoring? I'm not gonna explain it. You know, I'd rather you all not know what it is, because I'm sure y'all don't really care, which is fair enough. I didn't really, I hate factoring. And I don't even hate math in general, you know? I just hate really specific parts of it. So, you guys know what it's on. I can't be mad at him. Still gonna suck though. But like, most of school I'm not that spiteful of. Like ELA and history I can get most of the time. I think it's pretty fun. Science is a bit more iffy, you know. I mean, I enjoy most of life science. Wasn't a big fan of dissecting a frog though. That part, you. But like, you know, most of it was pretty enjoyable. Yeah. But math. I know I've basically just been like complaining to y'all this entire video, but that's kind of why I'm out here. I said I was planning on going on a walk yesterday, but I had an orthodontist appointment. Yeah, I have braces. What a shocker. I guess y'all really have no way of knowing. My bad. But, you know, turns out we were late because somebody gave us the wrong time, so we were like an hour late. So now I think it's, like sometime tomorrow, like 3. Or maybe it's today at 3, I don't know. No, tomorrow. But, like, man, what was I thinking I'm saying? But, you know, in total, today, and really the past, this, like, week, which hasn't been great. There's been other reasons, but, you know, you made it pretty clear I'm trying not to get too personal. I might later, if, like, more people start watching this. And I guess it's better for me to try it on for, like, 6 people than, like, 200,000, but still, I don't think I want to do that yet. I don't know how committed to this whole YouTube thing I'm gonna really be. So, you know, just really thinking about that. Because I feel like I should, you know, kind of test the waters first. And, like, really think about this. Probably really do anything crazy. Yeah, this place is way too busy. I'm probably gonna head out. Maybe go down that hill over to the pond or something. Which does kind of suck. You know, I was like sitting by the hill, but I can't control everything. You know, can't gonna lie. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna like head down this hill though. Go over to the pond or something. I'd love to like sit right here, but I don't want to bother nobody, so I'll just head down. Oh wow, did he mow this entire hill? Okay, that's impressive. Commends to this guy. That has to, you know, be pretty difficult. Wow. Wow. This is sick. Am I even should I like am I like allowed to walk on this? I'm not an expert on mowing lawns. I've mowed a lawn before. I've done it a few times. It's kind of like cover on like new to the chores we do every now and then. But like, I'm not an expert, you could say. Hopefully I'm not messing anything up for him. Clearly he worked hard on this. Jesus. Granted, did he even get down here? Good God. I think he might have. Obviously, I don't think he could have got every part. Like that little bit, but like, Jesus. That is very impressive. My question is, who paid him to do that? No way he's just doing it for the love of the game. Like, nobody really owns this hill. I mean, so I like did the whoever's in charge of the neighborhood pay him to do this. Like, I don't know. But questions for another time, I guess. Maybe if y'all want to, y'all could look up who's in charge of who paid this guy, Fran. I don't think y'all are gonna be that committed, but that's fair. If somebody asked me to look up who pays a guy to mow a hill in the middle of some neighborhood, I probably wouldn't look it up either, because that sounds super boring. But you know, that's fair. But yeah, this is definitely gonna be a bit of a shorter video, because I spent the first like 5 to 10 minutes not knowing that I wasn't even recording, which sucks. But you know, whatever, that's fine. It's fine. You know, it's okay. It's whatever. But you know, like, not everything's bad right now. You know, like I got some new shoes recently. I know you probably didn't get a great look at my old shoes, so you probably can't tell. But you know, they're not as yellow anymore. Because my old shoes were like super dirtied up and yellow from that camp I went to. So, besides, we went like kind of back to school shopping, we're just kind of clothes. Got like some new shirts, some new pants, shoes. We still haven't gotten like, oh, that's probably a bird. We still haven't gotten like actual school supplies like pencils and scissors and stuff, but from what somebody said, I'm not gonna name drop them, but don't worry, it's not like some random online or anything. It's somebody I know who I trust because they're a teacher. Said that during high school you pretty much just recycle most of the stuff you use from middle school, so I think I'll be fine. And besides, as long as they don't need as long as each of them don't need like their own binder with a bunch of ultra specific stuff, then I think I'll be okay. Because I still kept most of my school supplies from last year. Well, then I guess it was still technically this year. Because that's when it ended, but like still. We're at the pond. It's got some algae or moss or something, or bugs. Man. Probably not gonna stay here too long. But you know, it's nice to go here sometimes. These mosquitoes, Jesus. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get going. They love water, so it's like a great place for them. Well, yeah. I love to just relax, but you know, people are mowing at the hill, and I don't want them to just have to deal with some kids just sitting there for no reason. So. Sky. I'll be honest, even though this was a bit of a failure, because, you know, I was planning on going to the hill. I know I said, I was going to try and get, like, a new place every single time, then maybe after that start recycling the same places, but I just wanted one to relax a little bit with. Like I said, past week hasn't been too great. So I just want like at least a more relaxing walk. Because these are gonna be like the shorter walks. Once we get to like Quail, once we get over there, the walks are gonna start becoming more like 40, 50, maybe even like a bit over an hour long. Depends if I actually manage to record them correctly and not record like half of it like I did this time, which sucks. You know, that's whatever. So, that could have been worse. I could have realized like way later. The only reason I even realized was because my phone turned off because, you know, I kind of just took a picture and then just held it in front of my face for a while. So, you know, eventually it just kind of turned off. I was like, huh? So I go on it and I check it. It's just a picture. So I'm like, oh shoot. You know. I'm not talking too much right now, but, you know. I've just been basically the whole video just complaining. Like I said, there's more, but I'm not trying to get too personal. You know, what the? Let me get this cut on my arm. What is that in there? Whatever. I guess I should have little, like, looking things on both my arms now. Granted, one one's not really a cut, it's a burn mark, but, you know. I'm gonna try and show as minimum of my arms as possible, because I do not like them. Maybe I shouldn't have wore pants, because it's still kind of hot out here. I know, shocker, it's summer. It's like just July, like 20th, 21st, something like that, I think. I don't know. I'm not checking no more. Well, once I get home, I'm gonna clean up my room. At least my mess in my room, because the brother I share a room with, he's been going at band camp pretty much like all day for the past few days. Ooh, let me tell you, he hasn't cleaned up one thing, because he is so unorganized and such a slob. Genuinely, any single time he gets up, I don't know why he does this. He'll take his cover and he'll like throw it off his bed. Or I don't know what he even does. It just somehow ends off his bed every single time he gets out of bed. Which isn't great, because most of the time when he's in our room, he's on his bed. And then he has all of his clothes laying on the floor, like all of his underwear, his shirts, his pants. Just not even like on one pile on the floor, which is he just scattered around. Like one pair of underwear here, one shirt here. It sucks. He has like some upsides. He can be, I guess, somewhat entertaining to be around sometimes, but like the other half of the time he's just very annoying. My other brother guy is so lucky. He's got a room all to himself. I know I said I said I had 3 brothers. There's 4 of us. But like, the younger one is like 4. There's reasons why he doesn't have his own room. I'm not gonna go into it. Oh, man. I should not have worn pants. Especially my comfy pants. Horrible decision. Absolutely horrible. At least we're about to get that shady part. There's like no shade over here. They took down all the trees. So, all the trees are just like over there, which is decently away from where I am right now. Sorry for most like this video right now. It's just been y'all looking down at the sidewalk like this. Not like trying not to make it too obvious I'm recording. Granted, I guess nobody's really here to notice, huh? Because everybody's just gone. You know, I guess just sitting in their home, doom scrolling. Granted, I'm not much better. I know it's kind of obvious, but you know, I have some forms of social media. Not many. I don't have Instagram or like Snapchat, thank God, or Twitter, thank God. Actually, I think all I really have is YouTube, which is fine by me. I don't really see a need for me to have any of those other ones, you know. I mean, I don't even know why most people have like Facebook in the first place, you know. Like, what does Facebook even do? I mean, I know what it does. know what it's for, but like still. I'm convinced like Facebook is just made up of old people and businesses that have a Facebook for some reason too. Oh, great. Okay, road's right there. But like, I'm gonna have to point this out a little bit because some guys walking around, I think. Oh, no, he's just mowing the lawn. We're good. We're almost where, we're almost at the shade, which is pretty much right when I realized that I wasn't recording. I know. I know. What was I? Once I get there, this thing should be a little cool. Sorry, had to burp. Yeah. If y'all are if anybody's watching this, just check out my art, please, man. I know people watch these videos. I can see the views on them, but like, nobody seems to check out my art. Which I know that thing doesn't have like a view system either. But like, still, you know? It kind of sucks, you know? If I'm being completely real. That's what I'm saying, like, you know? Because I know most of it isn't like my typical art. Most of my, until very recently, I didn't really use colored pencils. My whole art style's kind of like that grayscale with that rip-off Mega Man drawing I had. And I don't post all my drawings. I don't post too many of my little, like, sketches. Because most of the art I post right now is that, like, that TADC stuff, you know? I was saying, man, I like that show, you know? But, like, the ending, it was just so, like, it wasn't awful, but, like, you know, it was probably like the most cookie-cutter ending you could have done. And, like, I used to love the show. Like, I'm talking, I was like, oh, man, this is so great. Now I just like the show. Because I become more, like, aware of its, like, flaws, you know? Because now that the show is over, I can be like, okay, they never explained this. Which is fine, you don't need to explain everything. I didn't need answers to everything. But, like, sometimes you do need to answer something or have it go somewhere. Like in episode 2 with the whole NPC thing. Went nowhere. Thought it was gonna be like explained with like the Jackson's NPC theory. But then like, I think around episode 3 it got disproven because of Netflix or something. And then Jax. Ooh. Remember episode 1 I actually kind of liked Jax. Time we got to like episode 6. I was like, oh yeah. This guy's a cornball. Because even then, his jokes were pretty hit or miss. But now, pretty much all of them are just miss. Because he barely even made jokes anymore. He barely even, like, attempted to make it funny. You know? Like, there wasn't even an attempt made. You know? So, I don't like him anymore. He's, like, my least favorite now. Which, I knew. I remember back during, like, episode 2 when like, what was his name, Gooseworks? It was like, yeah, only the strongest of Jax fans will survive. Clearly, a lot of them were very strong, because Jax is still somehow being defended by, like, a good amount of people, which I'll never understand. I get it, he had, like, a pretty trashy childhood, but, like, you know, he's still an asshole. That doesn't give you the right to be mean to people. Let's say if I was, I don't know, if my parents, when I was 5, kicked me out of the house and I had to, like, go through the Antarctic by myself, was raised by sled dogs, that doesn't give me a right to be mean to people, you know? I still have to be just a normal person and be a good person, you know? I get it explains his actions, but it doesn't justify them, you know? And he's still a cornball. So, what's the other characters like, though? Kinger's my goat. Man. Yeah, I really shouldn't have wore pants. Sorry if like the first like 5 minutes has just been me critiquing a show. But, you know, trying to come up with something to talk for this last bit. Because, you know, you can only talk about so much stuff. You know? It's kind of like the problem I think I'm eventually going to run into. Because, yeah, during my life, new stuff will happen. But you can only talk about that for so long. I hate hills. This is like the least bad it is, by the way. Actually, I don't know. That one path on Quail is really bad. It's really easy. It's like the least hilly, but it is a bit on the longer side. I wonder how long the walk is. I want to go like the full. Well, I guess like duration of it. Oh. But like, dang, I'm trying to come with something to say. Oh. Okay, we're almost at my neighborhood. Like 2 more streets. Oh. Oh man, I'm super out of breath. Which I guess is on me. Like, I'm way more active during the school year. Because I remember during this school year, especially during the latter half, I went on walks pretty much like every day. Which is definitely way more healthy than going on like once or maybe twice a week. You know? But once the school year started, I maybe started doing it like every week. I don't know if I'm gonna record them every day. You know? It is nice to have some walks where you're just kind of, where you know, you're just kind of like by yourself. Just quiet. Okay, that's not very quiet. There's probably like cicadas. I hate cicadas. Like, they're not too prevalent around here. Oh my god. They're so annoying. Like, we're this close to having some peace and quiet. And then they just have to go around doing whatever the hell that is. God. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end the video on here, guys. Anybody who watches this, thank you. For sure. At the time of recording this, all my videos are like 6 views. And if it's the same 6 people, I love you. Well, I don't love you. I don't know who you are, but like still, I appreciate you. Because I'll be honest, I did not expect anybody to watch these videos. I expected like maybe 3 views. But 6 is double what I expected, which is profit. Wait, no, that's not how that works, my bad. But yeah, anybody who watches this, anybody that watched any of my videos, thank you. I appreciate you so much. Like, honestly, man. And that's probably gonna be it. Bye, guys.